All right, so research time. Now I'm not completely sure what will get exposed if I try to do this. So instead, I am going to load this up in YouTube Studio on my tablet and use that for the research. So let's see. Or I mean, I could try one over here, but then I lose. Let's see. If I open up you, I want you in a new window. Okay, YouTube Studio. Coffee drinker, hello. How are you doing today? Okay. I opened up Arc and its sidebar is completely unusable. It just wants me to click to move it around. That's not helpful in the least. Thank you, Arc. Okay, can I... Oh, I can't... Okay. Even with our main one is completely broken. All right, hold on. Let me... Quit Arc. Let's try this again. Okay, and I want to open you let's say to the right there. Okay, I want to see, where is it? Is it, where do they put their research thing? It's not content. It's in analytics. I can go to research tab. Research tab with generative AI experiment, opt in. Oh, okay, sure. Cool, they're gonna collect all the stuff about me that I'm searching for. Nice. Coffee, you're doing good. You just finished with work, nice. Okay, explore video ideas. Okay, so one would be Docker. Okay, this is completely unhelpful. So top searches related to my videos right now are Rust development, Rust programming stream, and Rust data science. I am not a data scientist and I can't teach that. But Rust programming stream and Rust development are already what I do. So that's not all that helpful. Let's see. Thank you, misleading, and you have earned a ban. Which I don't know how to get rid of on YouTube. So sorry YouTube. I can remove that message. There you go. You're gonna work on your own side project this evening. Nice. Yeah, side projects are nice. Okay, so those queries aren't really that helpful. All right, so if I search for Docker, recent audience activity, 2 out of 5. Video ideas for me. How to use Docker to create a self-hosted CI/CD pipeline for your Rust project or something. A tutorial on how to use Docker to deploy a Django application to production. No, no, I don't want to use Django. Oh, since you mentioned Tori, can eGUI go too? Yeah, absolutely. eGUI. I think it's more of like, I think it would be like, I think it's like that. I don't remember the capitalizations for it. eGUI would probably be LMS. Let's see. Oh, everybody's colors changed because I rebooted Twitch chat. You've been getting a ton of great help on working with web frameworks and in-depth Rust by watching the channel. Well, thank you. I'm hoping to. Okay, so I guess like the big thing to know is Docker is okay, so on the topic of Docker, it is 2 out of 5. Okay, how about cores? Cores, not enough info about my audience to know who's searching for this. Oh my gosh, why is the first, okay, so the top 2 videos that pop up as like good cores videos are all playing on Coors, like Coors the beer. Xanax, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, you think it appeals because it's a lot more applicable at work than academic lectures? I can see that. I think I have a very different sort of approach to education than a lot of education out there. So that's probably why. You're betting on HTMX hype right now. For your skill set or like building or just like getting a job. Like I'm curious as to whether or not we're gonna see very many companies start using HTMX, because right now I'm not seeing any companies doing that. I've been seeing mostly individual engineers for side projects do that, which is usually how it starts, right? Like it starts that way, and then sometimes they bring it into their companies, and sometimes not. Oh, getting views to the channel. Yeah, so let's see. So this one also is a 0 out of 5 for searching that people have. HTMX, let's see what this gives us. If it's a 5 out of 5, we're probably just going to jump into it right away. HTMX. Shocking. 1 out of 5. What can I share what we have with this? I don't think there's anything crazy in here. Why can't I make this bigger? Okay. So yeah, HTMX, 1 out of 5. But video ideas, no video ideas. And then here's like some recent other ones. So interesting. Of course, the Fireship. Yeah, Fireship has been in every single one of these, it feels like. So shockingly, this is a 1 out of 5. You surprised because I learned to do this stuff watching this channel? You're streaming at YouTube right now? I'm well, what I can do is like we can also do a poll. Okay, so what if I do HTMX Rust? Oh, so I can, wait a second, I can do all of these together? So HTMX, Docker, cores. Oh, I can juice them all together. Okay, so cores, MongoDB, code crafters, Diesel, Helix, Argo temp. We have Mongo. Shuttles are waiting. Axum is waiting. U is waiting. Oh, GraphQL. GraphQL. Emails. I don't know if I want to do emails right now because that's like an AWS type thing. Self-hosted, cloud, Ori, Fermion, eGUI. It feels like it's not even showing me the top ones. That's so weird. Oh, WebSockets. Yeah, that'd be good too. Okay, so WebSockets. Yeah, it's weird because it's like grabbing from different areas, back and forth. This search is, I thought I could just add everything and it would like compare it all to each other. That doesn't seem, it seems like there's a limit to the number of things I can throw in here. Yeah, 5 out of 5 must be hard to get for this type of metric. Probably. Well, what I'm looking for is the number of searches, right? And maybe that would be a completely different thing we can look at is Google. Let's see. I want Google search metrics, trends. No, I don't care about that. So let's do like Docker. And so we can see that. Now I can compare this to something like, oh, what if it wants a clickbait title? Oh, wait, we can do that. We can do that. Here, what's the most clickbaity thing that I can do? Because like, I feel I'm not, like, people know that I'm not super clickbaity. So like, I can't go all in, right? Like I have to like introduce people to the idea of clickbaity stuff gently. I have to like do something like learn front-end development with HTMX. That's not web development. It's 1 out of 5. Come on. Okay, so you won't believe what I built. You won't believe what I built, my cat. You won't believe Zilby, like, let's see. My cat teaches you HTMX. It doesn't like that. I feel like this is topics. So like it would be HTMX, like web development. Full stack. That's an interesting thing that, okay, what does this mean? Wait, is it gonna give me like a... Oh, that gives me an outline for a video to do. That's interesting. I don't know how helpful that is. So yeah, this is for like a specific thing. Oh, okay, yeah, HTMX. Yeah, let's do it with the other one. So Docker HTMX. No. HTMX. It's not even close. It's not even close. Okay. It's nothing. It peaked. It peaked back on January 2nd. With 18 views per at a time. Okay, this is the past day. I want past 90 days. Yeah, so the problem here is that HTMX is so little known. Like, it doesn't matter how many influencers are talking about it. It's nothing compared to Docker, which is this big behemoth. Yeah, it's a y-axis issue because Docker is so big. I need to not compare it against Docker. Now, if I remove that and we just have HTMX, here we go. Okay, so that's not too bad. It peaked at like 100 or so. If we go back to here and we just say like HTMX. Like, okay, so the more serious videos are like 22 point, this one almost has 995K. That's really good. That's the Fireship one. Docker Compose. Oh yeah, we could HTMX. That sort of like compares them together. That's a little bit better. So Docker Compose is now not quite as big, but still pretty big there. That's just because Fireship has 10 million subscribers. Yeah, that makes sense too. Like, if I were to make a video and just try to copy Fireship, I would not be getting the same number of views that they would be getting. Okay, so I wouldn't be opposed to doing something with HTMX. I don't know if a full course is good for it. It's still like super new, right? And like looking through a bunch of these. Okay, so we have Docker. Let's go back to, I have Docker, we have HTMX, we have cores. So Docker might end up being a good one, except we notice that, it has 2 out of 5 of like search terms for that. Cores is interesting because like a lot of people run into it and it's very niche. So when you run into it, you're going to search for, how do I do this thing with cores? I think it's kind of like WordPress, but for writing async code. Wait, what is? Oh, Fireship? What is Fireship? I thought it was just a channel. Is it an actual? Because Firebase is the thing that I'm aware of, like an actual thing. Oh, it simplifies stuff. Nice. Oh, HTMX. No, so my understanding of HTMX is that it's a templating system and a front-end framework sort of built in together. So think of it more like a really, really watered down Ruby on Rails. Like really watered down. So like you're gonna get Oh, Fireship is the programmer YouTube meme board. They're explainers. Okay, got it. Oh, wait, I can, wait. Can I do topics? HTMX topic. Docker topic. Cores. Topic. MongoDB topic. That's a lot better. So Docker is okay. So if I'm looking for topics now, that changes things quite significantly. Now we see HTMX is actually not quite so far down. That's nice. Oh, I see. Looking at search term. So diesel. So this would be like diesel, Rust. It's just flatlined. Nobody. Okay, so Google doesn't know diesel and Rust. If I just do a search term for that one, that is still flatlined. Okay, interesting. I would have thought that was a little bit higher because it is the more popular ORM for Rust. Yeah, HTMX just demands that you send the full HTML over the packet. So it pushes all the templating work to the server, which in the end still makes that so you have to know HTML, you have to know CSS, you have to know, like, there's still other things that you have to know and work with. It's a lightweight server-side rendering library, but don't take your word for it. Yeah, I mean, once we get into it, we would learn a lot more about it, and then be able to do something with it. So maybe, you know what we could do? We could do HTMX in a project. So as soon as I finish the Git project, the build your own Git with the code crafters, I'm gonna probably be building something else. And if it's web related, we'll use HTMX for it. So that'll be my compromise. And then we'll see how people like that. And if people like that, then we'll move on to here. So I'm gonna remove you. Okay, so diesel and Rust, that's so sad. Let's see then. Oh, GraphQL. Programming language? Very few people are searching for that. Oh, Tori. Oh, wait, is that it? I can't add any more. We're done. So diesel and Rust, you're out for right now. Let's add in Tori. Supabase? I've heard of that a lot. I don't remember what it is. Okay. Supabase. Supabase. What is Supabase? Yeah, that's up there. GraphQL is out, Supabase is in the meme lands. Ah, the meme lands. Oh, and eGUI. So, Mongo, okay, so Mongo apparently has these like ups and downs. Now that's really interesting. So Mongo was like not doing super hot in search terms and then suddenly got big again in the last quarter. Interesting. Pramila, hello. How are you doing today? Can you build a course on Rust and MongoDB? Yeah, so that was one of the questions about like, hey, can we do Mongo type stuff? Mongo would be a fairly quick course to do too, which is like why I'm slightly more okay with doing that than something else. Okay, I'm not gonna do Supabase. If it's just a meme one. Do exploring count with projects? Yeah, so like exploring and projects are probably going to be like very similar. So like if it's a technology that like I really need to learn first before I can do something with that, then I'll probably need to do a project on it first. And that's the reason why that's why I have a project day once per week. So that's what that's all about. India time zone. Well, hello. Schrodinger, hello. What about Rust and MySQL? Yeah, we could do, well, I guess like the SQLX course that I did has a MySQL connector to it. So like I feel that there's no extra things that you need to do with what is it called? My brain just completely blanked out. I don't know what I was trying to say. There's nothing extra that you need to do to like get SQLX working with MySQL than just say, here, I've installed the MySQL driver instead of the Postgres driver. And then bam, all your good to normal everything else. And installing it would be a Docker thing. So like I'm leaning towards Docker because this kind of like feels necessary for me to do like a course on Mongo, right? It's like, okay, now install Mongo in your system. Oh, wait, you don't have Mongo in your system? Well, okay, then use Docker. Oh, Xanax, you put thermal pads on your GPUs? Nice. Hopefully they won't go crazy anymore. Do you want to revisit or update previous courses? Do you have a courses list? Yeah, so right now I have, that would actually be, that's a good project. So a project that I've always wanted. Track versions of my courses and let me know what needs to be updated. I don't know if that's actually possible, but that would be really fun to do. Yeah, I don't have a courses command for that. That would be good. You know what? What is this called? Like create a overlay. So overlay for stream that includes includes like timers. I guess here, overlay for stream. And then this would be like, we need timers. I would want sell like courses or like suggest courses, suggest partner tips, things like that. So the one course that I have for sale right now is this one, SQLX Rust. So here, I'll drop a link to this. And this is I would call this like more of a beginner level course. It's you don't really need that much to get into it, and this doesn't. This is just getting into SQLX and Rust itself, so it's a framework agnostic. So it doesn't tell you how to like use it in there, which is why it's a cheap course. Let's see, was there any other of these? Satori, and then, oh, eGUI was the other one that I wanted to look at. Which is very low. If we add Rust into that, it becomes nothing. Nobody's searching for eGUI and Rust together, which is interesting because it goes kind of together. Tori, MongoDB. Okay, so Mongo with Rust. That brings it down to almost nothing too. There's very few people searching for that. Am I? Oh, United States. Hold on, let's do worldwide. Let's do the past 12 months. That just makes it worse for everything. Look, cross research sharing is going down. It is clearly people aren't running into that as a problem anymore. Why is Dockers? That's weird. Docker. Okay, so if I do like cores as just a search term, that's pretty far down. Let's go back to the last 90 days. Mongo, Rust, Tori, and eGUI, those are all like pretty far down. But if we take out Docker, then everything else looks a lot more competitive for that. So if I remove, these are the more Rust specific things, then Tori is the number one, which makes sense because Tori is a cross-platform desktop build tool. So that makes total sense. That being said, I think that a brief introduction to Docker would be the way to go for this. Mostly because then I can reference it at the beginning of every other course and say, hey, go to this and you'll be able to like spin up your own databases and do stuff like that. So I think Docker and Docker Compose are going to be, I think that's where I'm going to work on. Okay, so now that I know that, why did you move over there? Oh, because I had two of them open. Cool. Close you, and you, and you. All right, so it is 10:19. It's been an hour and a half. A good Docker Compose course would have saved you dozens of hours so far. Yeah, so I don't think like one of you mentioned, like one of you a while ago told me you had taken my previous Docker course. So I wrote and did a Docker course for a private learning company way back when I first was streaming. And that was an introduction to Docker for systems administrators. So it was basically just like it wasn't like very like huge. It was just basically just running stuff in Docker. That was it. And that made me, that was good information for me. Like, okay, I should just do like my own LMS and do some other stuff because like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can build courses that people are going to want it to watch. So time for me to redo that. I'm not allowed to take any of the material that I made and like reuse it. I have to recreate it from scratch. Otherwise, I would be stealing from them because they technically own the specific course that I made for them. Plus, also that was Docker a while ago. There is a things are new. So, yeah, the learning material is written an updated version. Yeah, I'm gonna do an updated version. I would obviously do an updated version. The goal of this course would be to get you up and running with running stuff locally with Docker. So it would not be how to be like a master Docker, to create all sorts of stuff. It would just be, I want to run databases in Docker. I want to run all of my stuff in Docker together, like in one sort of like grouping. So the networking type stuff. and I want my database to be there, and I want it to not lose its data every time I restart it. Like pretty much stuff like that. So I think I'm going to take a really quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to plan out all the topics and everything else. And oh no, blah, what happened? Oh, railway dev project. What's a is that a what's railway dev? I don't think I've heard of that. Also, sorry about that. Is that a link? Railway dev. Infrastructure platform where you can provision infrastructure, develop with that infrastructure locally, and then deploy to the cloud. Oh, so it's basically, okay. I will add that to maybe something like this. So this is like a cloud. So cloud hosting. It's like having a Docker Compose UI, but you can't replicate it without knowing some Docker Compose. Okay, okay. I would probably just we're doing Docker Compose on its own. You can't really work with it because you can't make your Docker Composes work smoothly. All right, well, we will hopefully help with that over the next couple weeks. So let's do this. I'm gonna take a break. I'm curious now, all of you on Twitch, have you been receiving advertisements? How are we on that? Not yet? Okay. Give us some ads. All right. How do I do that? This is the first time I've ever run ads. All right. So monetize section. Okay, so I added a 3-minute ad. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously on YouTube, you're not going to see this at all because you have to go over to Twitch to see the ad. So you're just going to see, oh, you know what? We can, so you can see, look at something in the corner. Let's add my one fun thing that I have. What is it? It's, all right, so we're going to cargo run that. This will start playing, so you can watch this. I think it shows up in a corner, a little something like that. I'm going to run some ads so that way there's no pre-rolls for some people coming in, and I'll be back in 3 minutes or so after this break. So we will see you shortly.